Hi
Mhm.
guys, hope you're well.
Hello, hello.
Um, um, so a few weeks ago, there was a topic that came up via an app, a new app,
Mm,
and we thought it was something that we should discuss. Although this may be somewhat of an outdated topic by the time this comes out,
mhm,
or yeah, by the time you guys hear this,
mhm.
it's still an important conversation to have because it's still happening in our everyday lives. And as parents,
Yeah.
it's something for us to kind of think of.
Mhm,
So it was basically parents who are renting. I think that was the hashtag, or parents
mhm,
that rent to their kids,
mhm,
something like that. It was something along those lines. And it was like a lot of children were complaining, or not children, people our age were complaining about how, their parents were renting to them when they,
mhm.
as soon as they started their jobs. And there was a
Yeah.
lot of talk of, oh, don't tell your children, your parents, your how much you earn kind of thing. And so yeah, I've heard of parents kind of charging their children rent,
Mhm,
but for me it was foreign because it seemed like on Twitter everyone was like, oh, yeah, they charged me rent, but like it didn't make me financially responsible, blah de da de da.
mhm,
Whereas on the flip side, where I've heard it, it's always been, oh, my parents charged me rent, but then when I was getting married or when I was moving out or when I was doing
mhm,
that, so I'm like, when a big milestone came in my life, they
mhm.
gave me all the money back and said, all the money that you were giving to me, like
Yeah.
I was putting it away to save for you and help you with financial responsibility. So on
Mhm,
Twitter, it just seemed like such a contrast because I really thought that most parents who do that are doing it to save for the child or
mhm.
their children and then give it back
Yeah.
to them when they're older or
Yeah.
in a when they are in dire need of the money kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
Mhm,
mean, like someone I know, their parents saved the money and then put it as a down, like gave it to them and said, "Oh, here's a like you can use it as a down payment for your own house,"
mm.
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's
Mhm,
something that, for me, I've always thought about it and thought it'd be a really good idea. It does teach
mhm,
financial responsibility because I have to be absolutely honest with you. When I was at uni, I was
mhm,
proper responsible because I knew that rent had to be paid.
mhm,
And then the moment I came back, I started being frivolous with my money. So for
mhm.
me, something like that suits me. Like it makes sense. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's something that if, like, when I came back from uni, if it continued to happen, I
Mhm,
probably wouldn't spend or I wouldn't have spent so frivolously after uni and almost
mhm.
got myself in a mess kind of thing.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it's something that I've always gone, oh yeah, I want to do in the future.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to me for people to be saying, oh, my parents are charging us rent and they're kind of
Mhm.
like, not giving it back at the end of it. And I was like, wow, like this is actually happening out there.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
a, did your parents
Mhm.
have you for you to make money for kind of bit? Does that sound rude? That sounds kind of cheeky. But like it's like
That's sounds
their
cheeky.
parents have had them and now they're making them pay for them having them. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. It's a very different conversation for me because I've been paying my own damn rent since I was 21. So
Yeah, that's very
I,
true.
I've been fully, you know, rolling down, doing my own shit since I was 21.
Mm.
So my opinion in this conversation will probably be the most unpopular one because I feel like here it depends on your parents' financial position.
Mhm.
I think in this country we have two different housing systems, right?
Mhm.
We've got those who have bought their mortgages and paid
Mhm.
for it. So
Mhm.
your parents
Mhm.
don't pay rent anymore because they've paid for their mortgage already.
Yeah.
You understand? Then we've
Mhm.
got those who live in rented or council accommodation,
Mhm.
right? Who are still paying for the rent, paying their
Mhm.
rent. And they're
Mhm.
gonna pay that rent till the day they move out of their house.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mhm.
So in this situation,
Mhm.
if I'm a parent and I have already I have already bought my house, and I'm not
Mhm.
paying any bills to that. I mean, any mortgage at all. Because
Mhm.
remember, the biggest bill we pay in the household is the rent or the mortgage, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm not paying that, then I can understand the position of taking the money and saving for you to use in your future, or for your future.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
However, let's assume I'm a single mother,
Mhm.
right? Single mother, and a lot of these kids are living in single parent households, right?
Mhm.
I'm a
Mhm.
single mother living in council accommodation or rented accommodation,
Mhm.
which means I'm still paying rent, right?
Yeah.
I'm working full-time hours, just like my child.
Mhm.
Our money, our financial position at this instant, immediately you as a child, immediately you start working full
Mhm.
time, our financial position monthly becomes the same,
Mhm.
almost the same. If it's different, it's gonna be because I've got more experience, or maybe I'm getting a little bit more than you. You understand what I'm trying
Mhm.
to say? I'm
Mhm.
saying.
Mhm.
So our financial position is the same.
Mhm.
I have given birth to you, my child.
Jesus.
I don't feed you. I don't help you educate yourself, educate you. I don't pay that university
Mhm.
rent. You understand what I'm going at?
Mhm. Mhm.
Now you a whole 20 flipping 5-year-old child, man in my house,
Mhm.
who has a girlfriend. No, let's be for real. Like, I'm just gonna be realistic, because who has a girlfriend, right?
Mhm.
You pack your bags every 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You go to Ibiza, you go to Dubai, you buying expensive trainers. You know, mama is getting only £1,400 a month. Let me just break it down for some of the kids who are spoiled. Because it, no, let's just be for real. No, you know what I mean? Mama is getting £1,400 a month, because a lot of these parents who are charging rent, they are not
Mm.
doctors, they are not lawyers, they don't have the jobs that's giving them, like, 50,000 a year and things like that. Because if you're a
Mm.
parent and you earn that much, you're not
Mm.
really gonna care about your child earning, even, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
whatever, because you're financially you are stable, so you can afford it. You
Mhm.
understand what I mean? A parent will take money from a child and not give it back when they can't afford it.
Mm.
Because even as being young people and even with friends, imagine
Mm.
how difficult it is to even go to a friend and say, oh, can you lend me 1 quid? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How
Mm.
much more a father or a mother, who in society is seen as the head, you know what I mean,
Mm.
figure in
Yeah.
the household, to come so low to ask for a child for money. It
Mhm.
means that that mother or that father is struggling.
Yeah.
Immediately you turn 25 or 22, 21, 23, and you start bringing your girlfriend to the house to sleep over. She's using my electricity, child. She been using my gas and my water. Their bill is going up. You know what I mean? We have to
Okay.
understand that we live in a country, yeah,
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
the system is very expensive,
Mhm.
and it demands money till the
Mhm.
day you die. You
Jesus.
understand? Once
Mhm.
the child is working and earning money,
Mhm.
I feel like if you are living in the house,
Mhm.
you should support.
Mm.
Supporting, it means that, yeah. See how the chi is
She
coming in.
came
It
in.
means I'm on.
Yeah.
The passion is big. Supporting means that mommy, daddy, or mommy and daddy, whatever. I
Mhm.
see you guys struggling. So the
Mhm.
bills of the house is £1,000. I'm gonna
Mhm.
give you £100 to support.
Mhm. Mhm.
You understand what I mean? If
Yeah.
mommy and daddy chooses to say, oh, 10 years time, 2 years time, we'll give you that money to do
Mm.
something for yourself, that's great.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? But
Mhm.
if they don't, you should understand that a
Mm.
parent who is not struggling is not gonna spend their child's money. I mean, that parent is a wayward parent. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, you understand what I mean? Imagine,
Yeah.
like, you are making big money. You don't have the mortgage anymore to pay. We just
Mm.
paying the rent, the water, the gas, council tax. That's not a lot of
Yeah.
money. And for
Yeah.
you to be taking my 400, 500 out of my 1,002, you
Yeah.
know, just so you can what send uncle and auntie in Nigeria some money. That's not nice. No, that is a parent. That's a parent who is not being reasonable, because you taking that child money means that you're also crippling the child from being able to also achieve a certain level, even get their own place, for instance. You understand? So if they will take the money, they can afford to save it for you. Great, I understand that. But if they can't afford to save it for you, you are an adult. With me, immediately you hit 21, I'm your mama for sure. I'm emotionally supportive of you. Financially, I'm responsible for your rest.
Oh, Jesus.
If I have and I'm giving you, it's from my heart. I love you. I'll give you. Because I mean, what am I doing with all these millions?
You
You
know?
understand what I mean? But if I don't have, and thanks be to God and your good brains, you're doing a good job, or you have a successful business, what the hell you gonna think you're gonna leave my house for free?
See, I think that's where all the conversation kind of comes from, because most people are like, and I think that's absolutely it. If if as the child you willingly give, and that's how I think for most children, I think that's how it should be. You should be willingly wanting to
No,
support the household
I don't
anyway.
believe that.
No, you
I
should be,
don't want
because
to
at
contradict you.
the
I don't
no,
want to
no,
be
no.
like, obviously, it's different opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I think as a child, you should be
Yeah.
willingly wanting to contribute, because at the end of the day,
Yes.
like you said, you live there for free, blah de da de da. So
Mm-hmm.
you should be
Yeah.
wanting to help
To
anyway.
help,
Yeah,
exactly.
you
Yeah.
should. It should be of your own accord that you help,
Mm-hmm.
or at least
Yeah.
that's what I would have thought.
Exactly.
But the
Mm-hmm.
conversation seems to center around how look, you same way you're like, oh, you're 21, you're an adult. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
conversation seems to be around the fact that
Mm-hmm.
as parents at
Yeah.
21 they're adults, so why should the child be burdened with decisions that they made wrongly in their life? And that's
The
where all the
parents' decision.
yeah, because they're like, I've seen so
Okay.
much chatter on Twitter, and I'm just like, rah. I'm like, some people are ice cold.
You know what? I feel like some people are just spoiled and just want things to be handed to them.
Maybe, yeah.
Because, yeah, because you know what? I understand that, like, I understand that, what's the word? The parent gave birth to you,
Mm-hmm.
and fortunately or unfortunately, financially, they are not in the position to, do the ultimate for themselves. So you live in the house, the bills are coming, you have to support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you are an adult, immediately imagine, like in this country, right? We pay council tax.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately you finish university,
Mm-hmm.
your council tax comes to the house as well.
Yeah.
So you don't want money to paying for your council tax whilst you are living in. Okay, yeah, let's put it this way: you gonna move out and you gonna get your own place, and that's where you gonna see that £200 I'm taking off you. It's great privilege.
No, but like some people are saying like half of their
Mm-hmm.
pay package is going to parents, and I'm like, how?
Oh, okay.
That's a bit
How?
steep.
Hold on. How half is it half? Is it half of 500 or half of 1,000 or
I think it's
nah?
half
That's
of the
peak.
whole package, and I'm like, how
Okay.
though? Like, I think obviously there are
Nah.
clearly some parents out there who are a little bit harsh with it. But for
Yeah.
me, the hope is that it means that they're saving the
Yeah.
money for the child to give it to them at
Yeah.
a later
Yeah.
stage. Because you can't be
Yeah.
taking half of somebody's package, man.
No,
That's
you
that's a
can't.
lot. Like
You know what?
100,
Mm-hmm.
200, 300 out of 1,000
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. But if you're taking
Yeah.
half, like that's you saying to them, because the hope is okay, yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
you're saving for them, that they are also doing
Yeah.
small savings as well, so that they can then add
Yeah.
to the amount that you have given. But if you're leaving them with absolutely nothing and no crumbs, then
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's also that some parents look at it as
Mm-hmm.
I'm maybe not I'm helping you to save, but I'm helping you to become financially responsible. And I think that is, it's
Yeah.
the financial responsibility versus oh, my mind's gone blank. Financial responsibility.
Greed or
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's
yeah.
like I'm trying to make the child financially responsible.
But you know
Yeah.
what?
I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, carry on.
Speaking from someone who like growing up after I turned 21,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a parent's house to go and say, "Oh, just give me £200 a month and you
Mm-hmm.
are fine."
Mm-hmm.
I actually wish I had
Had
that
that exactly.
because I had to pay my full rent. The
Mm-hmm.
landlord ain't gonna say, like, I know you are still young, so just give me half of.
That's
No,
true.
I had
Yeah.
to pay my full rent, do my food shopping, pay
Mm-hmm.
my travel. Basically, I had to take care of my full expense. You
Yeah.
understand? So coming from that side, I wish I actually has had somebody who would say, you know what, just take the room and just help me do the food shopping. You understand
Yeah.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Because to me, I stand on the household of the any parent, as I said before. Well, any parent who would take money off the child, it means financially the parent is not fully like loaded.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they need the support.
Mm-hmm.
But needing support does not mean you should take £500 if the child is making £1,000.
Yeah.
That's just you being extortion.
Yeah.
That is extortion.
Yeah.
Saying that though, this is how some parents see it.
Mm-hmm.
If you move out of that room
Mm-hmm.
and they rent it out,
Mm-hmm.
they'll
They'll get
probably get
more.
£500 from somebody
Yeah.
else.
And they're
And
gonna
that
eat
does
their
not
food.
include the food. Exactly. So when they take that £500, they'll be thinking, I'm doing your laundry still. I'm I'm putting food on your table. I'm buying you shower gel, hairbrush. I'm putting roof over your head. I'm paying your electric, your gas, your water. So they see as that. But I feel like if you're a parent and
Mm,
you have that space for your child,
mm,
you can, even if I was taking that much money,
mm.
it means I'll probably be saving some or it all for you,
Yeah.
because I don't see why you should take all of that money. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
That's a
You
lot.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
But to say the child should not pay anything at all because that's my, because like I have a family member
Mm,
who is going through that.
mm,
She has like adult kids,
mm-hmm.
not even like university or 21-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is even like grown. He's been married before. He a grown man who divorced and moved back home. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do don't want to pay Jack.
Oh, Lord.
The mom is a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a single parent household.
Mm,
She is not a doctor.
mm-hmm.
She does not work with what's his name, Boris Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
She make basic pay.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine her, and she can't watch her child like starve.
Mm.
Mate, even if she says she's not gonna give you the food, when she leave the house, you're gonna steal the food to eat anyways. So she might as well just give you some.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine she is paying all the bills in the house
Mm-hmm.
and feeding this grown man.
Mm-hmm.
So for if that grown man go and say on Twitter and be, yeah, why are you charging me rent? Mate, your black ass should be paying for the entire household for your mom to also sleep in for free, like the
Yeah.
hell. Like, you get what I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
say? So I feel like, and this person in his conversation,
Mm-hmm.
he will say stuff like, why do I have to pay bills when I leave my mom's house? The house don't belong to your mom, she rents it.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely.
not like a mortgage that is fully paid.
Mm.
And it's London. Imagine London accommodation.
Yeah.
So this is a woman who struggles.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
And no one is saying you give birth to your kids for them to, pay your bills.
Absolutely.
But she has struggled to look after you.
Mm.
You are educated.
Mm.
You have a job now. You don't want to move out, because being an adult includes living on your own and taking care of your own responsibilities.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
You're not ready to do that, so you should be ready to support her in the household.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's the part I'm coming from. If the need is there,
Mm-hmm.
then you should feel like, you should know that, even if you offer your mommy or oh mommy, daddy, I can actually take on let me pay the electric bill every
Yeah.
month, you know, and then let them turn around and say, no, 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 keep your money, save your money.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you are one of them kids who's gonna be at the club popping champagne, because some of the people who are talking on social media, you will see them popping champagne, buying the longest weaves you can imagine, you know,
Yep.
and they don't realize that for 5 years, their parents have not even tempted to go to even Tottenham for holiday. Like, no, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
you have to also sit back and say, oh, wait, I'm popping the champagne. But my mom and my dad, I haven't even seen my mom with a new shoe, or my dad, you see your dad's trainers going to work in that supermarket. The trainer is half worn, yeah, and you are standing there buying Yeezy or Jeezy, whatever the shoe
Yeezy.
is
She said,
called.
Jesus,
Yeezy. No, you know what I mean? You are buying Yeezy for 1,000 and whatever pounds. Your dad has been wearing that same shoe for the past 10 years. You know, he made sure he bought the shoe just before you started uni, so he can still help you with your university rent.
Yeah.
You finish uni, you see that same shoe your dad is wearing, and it doesn't occur to you that no one wants to live uncomfortable no one will live uncomfortable if they can afford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, I feel like I've got a little boy, you know, Lord knows in my heart. Along the way, if my mindset changes, that's different. But my main responsibility is to make sure that he gets on the right path so he can have the right career. So mentally and financially, emotionally, he can be stable.
Yeah.
I hope and pray he don't think he gonna be a 25-year-old boy, healthy, hardworking, making good money, living under my roof and waiting for me to pay his council tax.
Yep.
That ain't gonna happen, my brother. You know, so that's the part I'm coming from. I'm not outspoken a lot, but that's because
I think this topic has hit Mon in all the right places because she's done the most. She's like,
I've been thinking of because like I've been thinking of just imagine, yeah. I was paying like my own rent, right? My food, everything. At the end of the month, that comes to that's like 80% of my income gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for your parent to say, you know what, just stay home, just give me 200 quid to support the bills, you know, and save or have your money. And then you're like, why am I paying? Because I know people have that kind of response. I've heard a few incidents, and I'm like, stop being a spoiled brat. Just pay the damn thing. If not, I'm gonna go to the council. I'm gonna tell them you grown, so I need a 1-bedroom flat. Then we're gonna see where your black ass is gonna live.
Okay, so am I right in saying that for in the future, the future you will have millions, we will have millions.
Yes.
So even if
Exactly.
you do request for that rent, it won't be because you want money off him. It's more to do with
it's
the
to
fact.
teach him.
It's to teach him
Yes, financial.
Exactly.
Yes. And like with Z, right? I'm not even going to wait for him to be that grown to teach him financial responsibility because already
by that time
he doesn't know, but I'm teaching him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because already I don't buy him stuff that's not on sale.
Damn straight.
No. Yeah. I'm like, I really want to buy you that, expensive top, baby. Yeah. But you got to wait till it comes down to, at least 10% off.
You're actually a joke.
No, it's like, one thing is like, sometimes, because honestly, yeah, a friend of mine, she was like, hey, you never buy anything full price. That's what I've noticed. I said, yeah. When I see something I like, I can like you for a very long time, but I'm waiting for your price to reduce. because I know realistically you're not worth that price.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
They made in China for £5. They're going to charge me for 100 quid.
Lord,
You must be kidding.
Lord
You need
have
to drop to
mercy.
25.
This girl's gonna get us censored. She said you're making China for
Oh
oh
Lord
Lord.
help me. I need to leave all of that crazy talking in 2020, but I can't help it. It's part of me.
um,
But he doesn't know it, but I'm teaching him
mm,
already. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like when his birthday, he got money.
yeah.
That money is saved for him.
Yeah,
I use some of that money to do shopping for
of
him.
course.
I was like, oh, next is doing sales. I'm gonna use his money to buy
Mm,
it because he doesn't need it. I wanna get it for him.
yeah.
He gonna buy anything that I got on sale.
Yeah.
Like it's just the little
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's going to like his savings account, right?
Mm-hmm.
For instance,
Mm-hmm.
we opened an account that when we went, they said there's two accounts. One that immediately he turns 18,
Mm,
you just hand it over to him,
mm-hmm.
and another one that you, the parent, have to give it to him.
Yeah.
I chose the one I have to
It
give it
did.
to your black
Yeah, of
ass
course.
because I ain't trying to make you think like get you to think like, oh, I'm 18, I got 20 grand. Mommy, I'm going
You
Ibiza.
go with who? Oh,
You got
yeah.
20 grand. You're gonna buy your flipping first
House
house. So
exactly.
if you decide not to pay rent in my house, you're gonna move out.
Oh, Jesus. No, it's true. It's true.
So mhm, I think like we have to be
Mm,
realistic. We live in a very Africa is very
mm-hmm.
different. When I go to Ghana, I don't pay rent
Mm-hmm. Of course.
because the house is fully there,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for me to come in so I can even use the room.
Yep.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But in the UK, the lifestyle is very
Mm.
different, you know. And yeah, parents should also not extort money. I mean, come
Absolutely.
on.
Absolutely.
That's the part. Let's say like the child makes, let's say, £1,000. Why are you taking a whole five hundred
Yeah.
pounds?
That's
That's too
that's
much.
a lot.
You know, even if you would take the £500, let them know that, you know what, I'm saving some for you.
Mm,
You understand?
mm.
So at least they don't feel like, oh, why is my mom? They don't feel like they're being cheated.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, I mean, because that's taking half of the money
Mm,
is a little extreme. But some kids too, the parent need to even take all the money
yeah.
because some of them are using drugs with this
That's
money.
true.
Some of them are they're investing in girls' bombs when they don't even know if they're gonna get the
You're
girls to
funny.
sleep with.
Okay, wait, no. But you know how you said you're teaching him
Mhm.
financial, so you're teaching Z financial responsibility. I think that is
Yeah,
where the key is. So, right,
it's exactly.
I
Hmm.
like teaching them financial responsibility. For some people, if you're
Yeah,
taking that away from
yeah.
them, it could be a
Hmm.
hindrance as well because in the future,
Hmm.
because nobody is putting some away from there for them, they
Yeah,
then
yeah.
become a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do now. All the money's in my hand, kind of thing. Do you get what
Yes,
I'm saying?
exactly.
So it's like you
Yeah,
said, it's got to be taught from young because if you start
from
teaching them
young.
from like
Yes.
the age of 21, it's a little bit too late by that
Hmm.
point. At that,
Yeah,
like
exactly. The person is
they
grown.
grown, they've become used to, spending frivolously or not spending frivolously, but
Hmm.
spending everything and then
Everything.
not
Yes.
having and then turn into mummy and daddy kind of thing. Do you get it?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you've
Yeah.
got to teach them from
So,
young. So like
mhm,
from like, I don't know, their fifth
yeah.
birthday, every money that they get, you're
Hmm.
gonna put half of this here and then you could spend half of it
Yes.
kind of thing. I
Hmm.
think that's the way to
Exactly.
go. And I think that's the way it's
Yeah.
gonna have to be done. But
Yeah.
I the whole taking rent from them and then putting it away, I think it is a lovely idea. And
Yeah.
as long
Yeah.
as, like you said, it is being used for the right reasons, like the parents
Reasons. Yeah.
aren't being extortionate with it. I think it's a
Yeah.
really lovely idea.
Hmm.
I've seen plenty of people who've had like, oh, I thought I was gonna struggle to put a deposit down on my house, and mum and dad gave me this, and it was
Yeah.
just such a nice story. So, not even just a story, but like it's just a nice thing for the parents to have done for their children. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
man, who knows?
So yeah, and it's like it goes. Sorry, the talking. And what's his name? It's like I think sometimes it's very important for parents to also be financially honest with their
Yes.
kids, because any child who has been brought right and is
Mm-hmm.
human, any human
Mm-hmm.
being, if you open up and say, you know what, mommy and daddy are really
Mm.
struggling, so I need you to help us a little bit,
Yeah.
something, they're not gonna
No,
say, no, I'm not gonna do
exactly.
it. It's a spoiled
Mm-hmm.
child who, along the way, mistakes were
Mm-hmm.
happened, is the only one who's gonna turn around. No, sorry, I know you guys are struggling. I've been looking at you struggling, but I ain't paying
Yeah,
nothing. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I think it's important for parents to be financially honest and open with the
Mm.
kids, so the child will know, you know what, mommy is not. Mommy, I know mommy. I come home and find her jollof rice and chicken. It don't mean mommy is bowling. Mommy is buying that cheap corner shop chicken because she been struggling.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, if you haven't had chicken, go to some of these nice shops. Their chickens are very nice. But if you're still eating that £1 for 10 corner shop chicken, it means mommy ain't bowling like that. So
Oh, Jesus.
you know what I mean? So if you are open with the
Mm.
kids, then the child is also gonna understand that, yeah, they have to do their
Yeah.
part. you know like my nephew has been paying bills in
Mm.
the house since, yeah, because he's gone back to uni, but when he moved back
Yeah.
home, his mom is like, you are working
Mm.
full time, your council tax is
Mm.
coming, you know electric, gas, everything is coming. So he was paying, he was
Yeah.
supporting. He wasn't paying half of his
Exactly.
money because he was paying very, but enough. And he didn't have any ill feeling
Mm.
about it because he's been financially, well, responsible since he was quite little. Like, when he started
Mm.
working, 16, he started working from 16, when we do
Period.
the work
Yeah.
experience. He's been working part-time here and there since then. So he's been buying his own clothes since that
Mm.
time. You know what I mean? He's been doing his own thing since that time. So when she needed
Yeah.
the help, he was willing
Yeah.
to help, and now that he's back to uni, he need help and
Mm.
she's helping
Exactly.
him.
It's like,
She's not
yeah.
saying like, you are a grown man now, you are more than 21, so I'm not going to help you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She's helping him. But but that's because even when he was around, because of the little help he was
Mm.
giving her, she was able to save a little
Exactly.
bit. So now she can use some of that
Mm.
little bit to also help him.
Exactly.
So that's, you have to be open with the child, so the child knows that it's also part of my
Mm.
duty. Because immediately in
Mm-hmm.
England, immediately you hit
Mm.
18, you are no longer a
Yep.
child. If you go to uni, you are a child till the day you graduate. Immediately you say, you throw that
Yeah.
hat up in the
That's it.
air,
Done.
the council tax is coming. They
Mm-hmm.
don't care. That's when they ask, when your mom apply for benefit, they say, well, you got an adult in the household, the adult has to pay
Yep.
their half. So it's just a system. And if your parents are not rich, or they're not financially that
Mm.
sound, the system can be
Mm.
frustrating. And it can sometimes let some parents also do certain things which they are not supposed
Yeah.
to do. So it goes both ways, but hopefully we'll be able to bring up our kids to realize that, you know, when they are comfortable, they need to see that their parents are comfortable
Yeah.
as well. You know, like yeah. So that's the thing. Like like you said, like you never had to pay rent,
Yeah.
but I've seen you do stuff for your
Yeah.
parents that, you know what I mean? That's your
That's
part.
my support
You
kind of thing.
understand? That's
Yeah.
your exactly. That's your part. But some of these kids out here, mate, I've seen some. Even Merry Christmas card, they don't know how to flip and buy it. Honestly, I'm talking deep. And sometimes I want to give them a slap. I want to knock the daylight out of them and be like, mate. And I'm not talking teenagers. I'm talking
Grown
about
people.
grown
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, man.
Grown with like, yeah, penises
Mm.
and shit. Like,
Penis. What do
I'm
you
like,
mean? What is wrong with you? Oh, damn.
like, like some people I just don't understand. You know,
This topic has run
let's
deep
not,
for Mon,
let's,
guys.
no. I feel like, no, I just feel
Hmm.
like, yeah, some of the people, some of our
Hmm.
generation, And a lot of the younger
Mm-hmm.
generation feel like everything in the world should be given to
Yeah.
them for free.
I feel like you know that
And
phrase smartphones equals dumber people. Like
mhm,
it feels like they're
yes,
working less for more things kind of thing.
yes,
Like they feel like everything should just
yes,
be here you go,
yes,
silver platter.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. But it don't
Mm-hmm.
work like that, my brothers and my
Mm-hmm.
sisters. It don't work. There's no
Mm-hmm.
world where you find that in. You know, it doesn't work
Yeah.
like that. And like we've got a lot of
Mm.
English people, obviously great grand financial what's the word,
Mm-hmm.
generational wealth in it, like their great grandparents has the houses, they've transferred it down to their grannies, their granny turned to
Yeah.
you know what I mean, so they have that stability
Yeah.
already, so they don't really like worry about rent and things. A lot of people who have this generational wealth are just waiting for the person taking over right now to pass out, you know so they can take over. No, that's
That
the
is
reality of
true.
life. I mean, it's a very unpopular
Mm.
thing to say, but sometimes we just have to say
Mm.
as it is. They're just waiting. You think he lives in a council
Yep.
flat? That's because he's waiting for his mom to hand over that four-bedroom mansion down the countryside, so he and his kids can
Yeah.
go move in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But a lot of Africans, Caribbeans, Asians, we don't
Mm.
have that
Yeah.
opportunity. So we have to, if we are privileged
Mm.
enough to be able to even earn something, we have to help the parents to build
Yeah.
that dream, because almost every African parent you see want to buy
Of
their own
course.
mortgage, their
Mm.
own house. But I'm like, auntie, you are 65 for now.
Hey, it could still
you
happen.
know
Shit.
yeah, but the possibilities is low. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
goodness.
But this 65 year
Mm.
old, yeah, looking at their child who is now, let's say, like 28, 30, and saying, oh, when you save some money, you can even buy this council accommodation and it'll be cheaper for
Yeah.
us to buy, so we have
Mm.
our own house. And this is this grown man saying, I'm paying rent.
This one has got you deep. I can feel it.
No, because I just feel like people don't think.
Oh, God.
And I think sometimes people don't understand the
Mm.
system, because some people have things
Mm-hmm.
given to them, and they just grow and just go along the
Yeah.
flow, innit? you know, and all of that. So they don't get to understand how the
Yeah,
system
no,
works.
absolutely.
Because if you understand how the
Mm.
system works, when your mom is asking for
Mm.
£200, because some people live in council accommodation, but they think the houses belong to
Yeah.
their parents. Wait for your parent to pass away. That's when you will see who the house
Oh, God.
because I was reading this on
Mm.
social media, and the girl said a week after her mom
Mm-hmm.
passed away, the council wrote to her and her
About,
brother to move
yeah.
out of the house because they
Mm.
were adults.
Absolutely.
So imagine if, and she was working, so she had
Mm.
some money saved. So they went and
Yeah.
rented the place.
Mm.
Imagine if she was thinking, now my mama
Mm.
has a house, so she didn't save any money and she was living La
You
Vida
know,
Loca.
frivolity. Living a vida loca.
Imagine.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but that's
Yeah.
peak. It's really like we laughing
It's
about
real
it,
shit.
but
It's real.
girl, imagine if this hits a week
Mm.
after. But this government thing, hey, don't you wait for like 1 month? The woman
You
is
know,
not even buried yet.
it's not even in the ground yet. And y'all like, get
Whoa,
out. Hmm.
yes, and some people just don't understand the system, so they think everything is as they are saying. Oh, that's just my mom's
Yeah,
house, isn't it?
exactly.
You have not
Mm.
seen your mom's house. And I had a former colleague who was saying that when her daughter turned
Mm-hmm.
25, the council wrote to her and said they're going to
Mm.
downsize her. They're going to give
Mm.
her a one
Mm.
bedroom flat, and the girl can choose to also request for a
Mm.
1 bedroom flat, or she will move
Yeah.
out somewhere because they need the
Mm.
bigger
For other.
house for
Yeah.
younger families. So people don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe sometimes, maybe people need to start like educating their children or something about the
Yeah.
system, so they realize that. With me, I always say this
Mm.
to people, yeah, and Z is
Mm-hmm.
gonna know it. J is
Amen.
gonna know it. Immediately you turn 18, the government don't give a fuck
Nope.
about you no more. So you best get your
Mm-hmm.
act together. You'll be if you're in uni, immediately you graduate, they don't give a fuck
Yep.
about you no more. So they will give your parent that 1 bedroom flat and
Yep.
kick you on the street, kick
Say
you
go figure it
out.
out.
Go figure it out. And I don't know if at the age of 25 you wanna be sleeping on my couch. You're gonna see where your girlfriend is gonna sleep.
On top of you on the couch.
And imagine your girlfriend also sleeping in her mom's couch. And both of you will see who is gonna have an orgasm and who isn't.
You know what? And on that note, I think we should wrap. That's right. Oh,
Yeah, we should wrap it up. Because I've gone off a little bit. But I hope I've been educational.
oh, good. All right. Let me try and wrap her craziness up. So, guys, I think
Oh
the
Lord.
roundabout of it all is a start teaching your children financial responsibility from young. Like mom
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
sales only, or not sales only, but try to aim for
Not
sales
sales
only.
only, but
When they get money, save a little,
yes.
spend a little, because that will teach them that okay, I
Mm-hmm.
always save some and spend some. Not all of it, but
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're keeping some for
Mm-hmm.
them, it's good, but also have the idea of in the future it could end up them being going, oh crap, I don't have anyone restricting me on savings anymore, and so that could have the opposite effect. So
Yeah.
kind of just feel out and see how your child is, because you know different
Mm-hmm.
children work differently, and different things work for
Exactly.
different children. um Also, parents,
Yes.
don't be too strict, and don't overdo it with the, you know, the greed.
Yeah.
Don't, well, not greed, but don't overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're gonna save some for them,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you're gonna be able
Mm-hmm.
to give it back to them in the future. Or if
Oh
you
yeah.
need their help, then ask them to give what they can. Don't set an amount for them, I think. Yeah, I'm saying, because
Yeah.
then they may end up
Mm-hmm.
resenting
Mm-hmm.
you. We don't want that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think I
Mm-hmm.
think that's it. And
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yeah, that's runs it
Yeah,
all up.
thank you for tuning
Mm-hmm.
in today. Yeah, we will be seeing you again, or you will be hearing from us again in 2 weeks' time. And be sure to
Yeah.
follow us on all our socials: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere that we are. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you tell a friend, because, you know, spread of what word of mouth is how it all spreads. So, yeah,
Yes.
you will hear from us again in 2 weeks' time. So, bye,
Yeah. Hasta la vista.
guys.
Bye bye. Bye,
Bye.
guys.